when I was sitting in that cell, I always used to say to myself, I don't see how men ain't taking care of their kid. But that was because now I had the opportunity to sit down. And then when I came home, I remember the first call I got from her, and she was like, can you take her to her doctor's appointment? So when I took her to the doctor's appointment, right, we go up, she had to fill out whatever paperwork or whatever. She was like, I got it, Daddy. And so when we go to sit down, I'm sitting down beside her. And then when they came out, they called my daughter name. And they was like, you can come on to the back. So I get up with her. I'm thinking I'm finna walk back here with her. My daughter 18 at this time. She 18 years old. She said, hold on. She said, hold on, Dad. She said, I'm sure you ain't got to go back there with me. And when she said that, I realized right then and there how many doctor's appointments I missed. Like, it cut me. You know what I'm saying? When I took her to basketball practice, I realized how many basketball practices I missed. The first time my daughter called me when I was home and she was upset and frustrated and she cried on the phone, I realized how many times I missed when she was upset and didn't have me to run to. I remember the first time I let her drive, I still got the video in my phone. And when I let her drive, I said, I didn't get to teach her how to tie her shoes. Walk in and check her in the room to make sure she was all right at nighttime. I didn't have the opportunity for when she did get scared, because I remember the time she was having, you know what I'm saying, night terrors or whatever. Her mama used to get up and have to go check on her, and she would be in the closet sleep, or she would come out of the room and she would get in the bed with her. I wasn't there for that. I remember the first time I took her to a theme park when I came home. When I took her to the theme park, on the way back, she fell asleep in the back seat. This is the first time I cried when I came home. I turned around, I looked at her, she was snoring a little bit. This was the first time I seen my daughter sleep, literally. This is the first time I seen my daughter sleep. Now, as a baby, you know what I'm saying, before I got locked up, but this is the first time I seen my daughter sleep. I was looking like, and the girl who was driving at the time, she was like, you all right? Because I was literally staring. Because when she was she was sleeping so hard, I guess if the sun probably drained her, she started to slob a little bit. I reached in the back seat to wipe the slob off her mouth. She kind of moved a little bit. But I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, like, oh man, that's crazy. Now I'm looking at how tall she is. I remember the first time I went to a basketball game. When I seen her shoot a jumper, I was like, how much I missed. I can remember getting calls from her mama and saying, you need to spend more time with her. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. And when she was saying it, I was able to receive it because I was on the end of, I was realizing how much time I missed. It is no way I would ever fix my mouth to say nothing about my child's mama, her parenting, whatever. I don't care what mistakes she done made. I don't care what flaws she may have. I don't care what she did. She was there for the 10. I was not. Changing diapers, paying whatever, doctor's bill, practicing this, that. Like, she was there. So, man, listen. listen. That's why I don't understand how, at this point now, I don't understand how a man, knowing you have a life, listen, you have a life in the world. A life, homie. Listen, you have a human being who need food, clothes, they need to be nurtured, they need to be talked to, they need emotional love. Listen, they need it all. And I don't understand how dudes can go days. You go days, weeks, months. You have the nerve to talk crazy if your child mama call and ask you for something. Even if it is for her, dude, you just missed 5 years. You just missed 3 years. You missed 2 years. You missed 6 months. She called and asked you for something. Now she want to use the money for herself. And you have an entire life here. Literally. Like, homie, I just don't understand. But dudes feel like, oh, I had a child, I could go and live my life and do whatever it is I want to do. What? Do you not understand how serious this is? I don't care how mad you was at her. I don't care. There's so many dudes with the mentality of, oh, she don't want to be with me, I'm not taking care of my child. Oh, she messing with some other dude, tell him to do it. Do you know how many women I done talked to that done told me they done called their child, father, dad, whatever you want to call him, sperm donor, and said he need A, B, and C, X, Y, and Z. And he say, tell dude to do it. That's who you sleeping with. What? Dude, you have a human being on the planet, dog. So when it comes to my child mama, like, that was one of the most difficult things when I came home, because I was in a fight within myself because we only have Samaria. She didn't have no more kids while I was gone. I didn't get the officer pregnant while I was in there. So Samaria is the only child. So of course, this was my heart when I went in 2007. When I went in 2007, this was the first time I had ever even heard her. Now I gotta pay homage. This was the first time I ever even heard her tell me that she was dealing with another dude. When she told me that, I'm thinking, to her, it felt like freedom because of how I was living or whatever. So by the time I go in and do all of this time, when I came out, she was single. She was coming out of a situation anyway. I'm thinking, because one of my main prayers always was, I just want my family back. When I get in that place and you give me that opportunity, I want my family back. I always thought the Most High was saving it for me. That's why I always believed she didn't have no more kids. I figured that was going to be my family once I came home and got myself together and get it back. Truth of the matter is, that was the one thing that I'm probably never going to be able to have. But I understand now. It took me 3.5 years. So when I come home and I seen her, of course I shot. Of course, shot my shot several times. After I shot my shot several times. But I was doing it from a place of really selfishness, really not understanding, homie. You think you can just, men, and a lot of men do this. I'm going to speak for myself though. You thinking after what you caused, you missed all of this time in your child life, that you can just come home and just let everything fall back into place as if you haven't even caused something. I wasn't even seeing it that way. I'm looking at it as an opportunity. I'm here with, let's do it. Truth of the matter is, I wasn't even taking in consideration what kind of hurt I had caused. I'm not even taking in consideration when she see me, if it triggers something. Because 9 times out of 10 was triggering something. Because when I first came home, she never said none of this. But I used to tell my mom and my sister all the time, I used to say, man, she ain't the same. Like, her response to me, I was like, it ain't the same. Like, but it came off like anger. It came off like she had something she wanted to say and just didn't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? And I used to tell myself, man, she just ain't the same no more. She ain't the same no more. So finally we had sit down and we had a conversation at one point. We sit down and had a conversation. And I said, when I first came home, I said, man, it seemed like you hated me. She said, I did. And when she said it at the time, I had probably been home like 2 years. Maybe 2.5. I said, it seemed like you hated me. She said, I did. I said, why? Even though I kind of had an idea, I wanted to hear it. And she started saying, she's saying the stuff that she's probably been wanting to say for so long. She's saying it to my face. And at that time, I was like, and you got to keep in mind, I'm also still going through the motions of understanding how much I done missed in my child life. And now I'm realizing the hurt I done caused. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm listening, I'm like, And all I could say is, I'm sorry. But I knew ain't no way a sorry is enough. And that's probably when I come to understand, if the apology don't come with a changed behavior, it's not effective. So at this point, if you're going to say you sorry, you're going to have to start showing something completely different. And listen, it took, in my opinion, from my point of view, it took her probably almost 3.5 years before she was like, he ain't the same dude. Like, he really trying to do different. He really trying to be different. It took 3.5 years. But see, what most dudes do in them situations, what most dudes do is, I ain't finna keep trying. I'm not finna, and I talked about that in my second book. You either go in flight mode or fight mode. I didn't go in flight mode. I went in fight mode. And it wasn't fight mode no more to get my family. It was fight mode to bring her a sense of peace. Whether we together or not, I'm here if you need me. You can trust this here. I wanted to, even when it come to my financial, that she was a part of that motivation. Even if I'm never in your life again, I'm going to grind my tail off to put myself into a position. If you ever need me, I'm going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I get myself in a position mentally where she could see over time, if you need to call me for anything, you don't have to say to yourself, I ain't finna call. I don't want to be the last person you feel that you call because you too worried about me saying, oh, I did this for you or I did that for you. If I'm doing it because you deserve that. That's why I'm gonna do it. It took me a while to get to that place, to make sure she get to that place. And still to this day, I still want to make sure I understand I could never have that. I killed that. That I respect that. Killed that. But that's my homie. Like, I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Because our friendship, like, we tight. You know what I'm saying? That's my homie. It's the best I feel it could be considering the situation. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I try to make sure I'm that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I don't get how men can do that. You know what I'm saying? And I miss, and I tell her all the time, like, I miss 10. I'm grateful for the relationship I have with my daughter, of what it is, because it's probably a lot of men, when you miss that much time, it's hard to get in. It's hard to get in your child space. It's hard to even gain that bond. So with what I do have, I'm grateful, and I know for a fact it's only because of him. You know what I'm saying? And over time, see, you got to talk about the character of the man. When you talk about the character of the man, when it's lined up and centered in Christ, listen, he said he'll make even your enemies be at peace with you. At some point, the enemy try to make us enemies. You know what I'm saying? That spirit is working in her, not her. The spirit that's working in the man, not him. The spirit that work in these men creates an enemy and so they don't. Your character is out of place, and that's why you don't know how to turn stuff loose and let things be. And see, that be the problem. Your pride and your ego get in the way, and that's not lined up with the character of the Most High. And that's why when you answer your phone, you automatically irritated by the sound of that woman's voice. When you're not understanding, I ain't gonna say you owe it. That's where you should be. That's what you supposed to do. And I don't care. Listen, my homeboys, majority of my homeboys is dope boys. They got it. And it amazes me how it's men out here who will trick off on a stranger. They'll pay for the cooler cat. before they send their child mama $50, $100. They'll pay for the cootie cat 3-4 days in a row. She can call and ask for $50. Can't get it. Can't get it. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Like, and then I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna get ready to roll. I will never, listen, when I went in, I was 18 going on 19. My child mama was 19. She's 6 months older than me. I got arrested July. I got arrested the day before her. I got arrested. Yeah, the day after her birthday. Her birthday, July 26th. I got arrested July 27, 2007. She had turned 19. I'm 18. I'm not, no, hold on. Because she a year older than me. She had probably, must have been 20. It might have been 18. I remember 18. I'm finna turn 19 when I'm locked up. This is a 19-year-old girl. My child. I get locked up. I will never understand, no matter how much, I'll never understand how much she really endured, how much she really done, how much work she really had to do. You know what I'm saying? The job she had to take, the sacrifices she had to make, times she had to call off, probably lost the job, had to go get another job, times she had to go, you know what I'm saying, go to doctor's appointment, had to call a babysitter, couldn't afford a babysitter, family wasn't there for it. It's no telling really how much I really miss. And then I'm gonna shoot it straight. My family did absolutely nothing. You think, listen, that's not easy to say. Like, my granny was a granny. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how when you bring a child into this world, true enough, I made a decision. I went to prison. But my family did absolutely nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. My daughter barely even knows my side of the family. Like, I'm not, you don't even know how hard that is to say, but I speak from a healed place, so I don't mind. Because when I'm talking right now, I wanna minister to somebody. I wanna talk to somebody, let somebody know. Listen to me. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, all honor to the Most High that her side of the family did whatever it was that they did. Because listen, my side did absolutely nothing the whole 10 years. No birthdays, no holidays, no Christmas, no nothing. Nothing, homie. So when it comes to my child, mama, like it's so much respect right there. It's no way I could fix my mouth and put my mouth on her, you know what I'm saying, in a negative way. If I have my own thoughts of whatever they are, you know what I'm saying, which I don't have none really, it's no way I could do that. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then see, that's another thing people really don't understand, like how appreciative, how grateful I am for everything. Like, I don't even, when it comes to that relationship, that's a blessing. When it comes to my friendship with her mama, that's a blessing. Everything else that I have, this is blessings. Like to see it from my point of view and still be able and to have something, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's crazy. But I don't see how dudes be doing that, homie. I don't see how they do it, man. Like, when my daughter call, like if I'm on this live, my daughter call, you hear me say that's my baby, that's my child. I try not to even miss phone calls from mine. If she called, it ain't finna be 5 minutes later, I'm finna call her back. I just can't do it. I don't care. Listen, I remember when I first came home, I remember being afraid to answer the phone for my child because I felt like I wasn't in a position to do it. You know what I'm saying? And when we finally did have that conversation, I let her know, listen, if I had, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was so afraid sometimes that when I answered the phone, she was going to ask me for something, and it was going to make her resent me more because I couldn't do it. But even in those times, I had to tell myself, What if she crying? What if she upset? What if she just had an argument? What if somebody just picked on her? What if somebody called out her name? What if she can't sleep? What if it's something intimate? What if it ain't got nothing to do with, I need some shoes, I need some clothes? What if it ain't got nothing to do with none of that? What if it got something to do with, I just wanted to hear your voice? So at that point, I said, you know what? I don't care what, I'm going to answer my phone. Point blank, period. I'm answering my phone. I don't care what it is. I don't care what time it is. If she called my phone, listen, at nighttime when I put my phone up, I don't deal with it. If that text message go off, guess what I'm going to say? That might be Zamari. I'm going to get up and check it. If it ring, I might be like, man, they know it's. Guess what I'm going to say? Let me make sure that ain't Zamari. I'm going to check it. It ain't no way. These dudes, I've been around dudes where they phone ring, this they child, and these folks don't answer the phone. How? They text you, you see the text message, you don't text back, you don't know what it is. You don't have a clue. I'm going to answer my phone. I don't care. No. I don't know if she upset, having a bad day, none of that. I remember a dude was picking on this is the first time I got to take up for her, and it was all because I answered my phone. She called me from the bus. She on the bus. I answered the phone. Hello, she mad. She going off on the bus. I said, whoa, what's going on? She said, Daddy, this dude done called me out my name. Where you at? This was the first time. I'm on my way. I'm 35, 45 minutes away. Who was it? She tell me who it was. All I know is people. We're going to pull up to their house. If I had not answered the phone, guess what that said to her? I can't even call my daddy. She called me. They supposed to have that. She's supposed to have that from me. She don't supposed, if in a sense of danger or whatever it is, she's supposed to feel like I'm gonna call my daddy. She's don't supposed to feel like I'm not even finna call him because he's not gonna answer. That's a lie. Hello, I'm on my way. Guess what? Pulled up to their house. Stay right here in the car. Hey, what's up? What's going on, boo? Where your son at? What happened? That one right there? We ain't gonna do that. Let me step in here real quick. What, hold on, bro. What done happened? Ain't nothing happened yet. Tell your son, that right there, that's off limit. He better not ever fix his mouth again. Matter of fact, where he at? He need to come out here and apologize, man. That ain't what we doing. She said, hold on real quick. Hold on. Let me go back here and get him. Hold on. He might not know. He gonna find out today. Go back here and holler at him. Get what? I come back in the car. Best feeling in the world. When my daughter say, what happened? I ain't gonna worry about that no more. And then it's the smile. It's that sense of security of her knowing when I stay right here in the door. She see me. He gonna ride. I get a second phone call months after that. I'm gonna answer my phone. I'm 30 minutes away. I answer the phone. Daddy, what you doing? What's going on? I can hear the sense of panic in her voice. I hear a grown man in the background yelling. Who is it? It's this dude at work. He's such and such. I'm on my way. Stay on the phone. Stay on the phone. Stay on the phone until I get there. I get there, the dude was gone. I drive 30 to 45 minutes away. It's the sense of protection that she's supposed to know she has from me. If she called me right now as an issue, we on an overnight flight to Tennessee. Point blank, period. But I don't see how dudes don't understand that. I don't see how they don't understand that, man. I miss 10. It's no way I'm not. Listen, I miss 10. It's no way I'm not answering my phone for my child. You good? All right. I'm going to say this, now I'm going to go for real. It's a beautiful thing watching the bond grow. Because in the beginning, I could tell the hesitance. I could tell the hesitancy of the bond. But over time of answering the phone, doing things she asked, being consistent, doing what I'm supposed to do, over time, I see that connection grow stronger. And as a man, like you don't run from that. You don't run from hardship. If you run from hardship from your child, you will do the same thing in all your relationships, your friendships, your jobs. The way you treat your children speak volumes to your life. Real talk. Like, to me, that's my personal opinion. The way you treat speaks volumes to your life. If you can betray your children, you will betray anything or anybody. If you cannot answer the phone for your child, not check on your child, you will do that to anybody. Because this is the one thing that only has life because of you. So if you can do that to your seed, ain't no telling what you capable of. That's my personal opinion. Because if you can watch your phone ring, know it's your child mama or your child, and ignore that, you dangerous. To me. Real talk. And that's all I'm gonna say. Real talk. That's all I'm gonna say. You dangerous. You dangerous. Your child could be sick, in danger, anything. Your phone could ring. It could be a near-death situation. You don't even answer. You find out the next day something done went wrong. All because you don't want to answer your phone. That's crazy. I can't do it. But that's my live for the night. That's my live for the night, man. It's been a blessing, man. I'm glad I got to share that with y'all and kick it with you. I hope y'all got something from it. If you ain't got me on YouTube, go check me out on YouTube.